Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. Well, we're doing everything we can to hold off the angry villagers. We're still looking at below average temperatures, but we're getting there, folks. We are. It's just a really slow process. Today is actually not going to be that bad of a day. Now, some of you watching and listening to this podcast will start off with fog and gray skies and even some light snow flurries, but as the day wears on, clearing will be taking place in many areas, and that will make it feel warmer. But we take a step backwards with another front and trough on Friday, bringing cooler air in, chance of showers, and some unsettled weather again. Now, this warmer weather we've been promising you this weekend is still on schedule. I don't want to oversell the weekend. It's not going to be perfect, but at least it's going to be warmer. Windy areas will be developing. In some areas, that'll be something that comes with the warmer temperatures, and we'll highlight that. Mild through Monday, but we do have a system arriving Tuesday and Wednesday. That'll bring cooler temperatures and maybe some showers. So there's going to be lots of ups and downs, and you expect ups and downs this time of year. And the downs we're counting on to bring us wetness that we need for spring moisture. And we see ups and downs as we head into next week. But it looks like the downs not as cold and the ups are going to be warmer as we head into next week and the following first week of May. We also have some new data to share with you on the current status of La Nina. Yep, there they are, the angry villagers still wondering, is it ever going to warm up? Is the grass ever going to grow? Is it ever going to get warm again? Well, here's a little glimmer of hope. We do have some satellite imagery right here that shows you the current system that's producing clouds and some showers and fog moving out right now. Here's Friday's system right here. Doesn't look like much, but it's going to be a weather maker. But you see this little sliver? This little sliver of clear skies is going to be overhead and moving south and east across the region today, giving us a little glimmer of hope that, yeah, we're definitely into spring. It's just not quite there yet. Now let's take a look at the latest drought monitor. Now, I do have a little bit of good news to pass along. We've actually had some improvements in some areas, but if you look, there's still a lot of yellow, brown, and red. And anywhere you see yellow, brown, or red, it's drier than normal, and you have drought areas. You can see that the Dakotas, look at North Dakota, parts of eastern Montana, still in a lot of red there, and we still have a lot of red in the desert Southwest and parts of the central and northern Rockies. But over the last week or so, we've seen some improvement here. Look, the white area there in southern Montana and far northern Wyoming. Well, the recent trend of colder, wet weather in northern Wyoming and southern Montana in April is helping. And we've also had a little bit of help here, even though those areas are still showing up in drought. But you can still see all of Colorado, all of Utah, still in very dry or drought situations. If you were to look at what the change has been like over the last week, this map may be a little bit hard for you to see, but gray means no change in drought status. Yellow means drought conditions or drier conditions have developed in those areas. But notice the green here. That little patch of central and northern Wyoming has seen enough moisture to help change drought conditions a little bit. We're still in a drought, but conditions have gotten slightly better. Look at the Front Range of Colorado as well, has shown improvement. So there are some areas of improvement, but if you go not very far away, there's areas where they haven't improved. And you tend to get these islands where it's gotten better, it's gotten worse. What we want to see is a widespread change in drought conditions, not just these little islands, but we'll take what we can get. Taking a look at the current setup, this is why it's really not going to be too warm yet. We continue to have the same pattern of high pressure going up into Alaska. So today's jet stream map here is showing the door open to Canada. And while that little sliver of clear skies right here is moving in, it's still going to be colder than normal, despite the fact it's going to feel a lot warmer today for many of you. As we go into Friday, we have a trough right here sliding through. Not a big system, but it's going to make Friday cooler, cloudier, and it's still going to be unsettled with a chance for some showers. Even on Friday, we might even have a couple of thunderstorms move across southern Wyoming and central and northern Colorado during the day tomorrow. That's a sign of spring. But you can see that even tomorrow, the jet stream still wants to make these big curves and keep the door open to Canada for a little bit longer. But as we get into the weekend, it is going to warm up. This is the precipitation forecast through Sunday. This moisture right here is basically what's happening now, but also what's going to happen with that front on Friday. Notice the blue and the green up here in the Pacific Northwest back to California into northwestern Wyoming. into Yellowstone Park, up into Montana. This moisture right here is actually going to sneak in over the weekend. So the weather isn't going to be as good for Yellowstone, Jackson, southwest Montana, many areas of Idaho, eastern Oregon. It's going to be kind of windy, and there's going to be some showers around. Now, these showers are welcomed, but if there's going to be one area where the weekend isn't going to be as nice, it's going to be those areas I just highlighted. Saturday into Sunday, that jet stream straightens out, and instead of coming out of Canada, it's out of the Pacific. So we have high pressure, we have warmer temperatures, we have happy conditions as temperatures get into the 60s and 70s by Sunday and Monday in many areas. But notice how close these lines are together. This means a quick change in temperature and pressure. So there's going to be strong winds aloft coming into the desert Southwest. Along and west of the Continental Divide this weekend, it's going to be windy in this area here. So for Utah, Nevada, back in the I-80 corridor of Wyoming, northwest Colorado, it's going to be windy this weekend. It's not going to be as windy east of the Divide, but there's going to be some windy areas this weekend that come along with the warmer temperatures. These are temperatures relative to average on Sunday. Look at all the orange. Look at warming up across many areas of the Intermountain West. You can see, though, California and these areas here are actually cooling off by Sunday because of the next trough coming on in. And there's the next trough. This is for Tuesday night. It's not a terribly strong system, and it's not dragging any Canadian air of any consequence, but it will bring cooler temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday, and there is going to be some rain, some thunder, and snow in this area here. It just doesn't look like it's going to be a lot, but we'll take what we can get. Notice, though, there's a nice high-pressure ridge in behind it. So this high-pressure ridge comes in behind the trough Tuesday and Wednesday, and we warm up. So you can see temperatures on Wednesday, they drop. They go colder than normal again, but they warm up. By next Thursday into Friday, we have a high-pressure system building into California. This is going to bring in some warmer air, and we're going to get in that yin and yang, that up and down pattern that's typical for late spring. And these are temperatures by next Friday and Saturday. So you can see the warmth returning to the area. So the message here is we crawl out of the real severe cold by the weekend. We still have ups and downs next week, but the ups are looking better than the downs. Let's get you updated on La Nina. These are the latest sea surface temperatures across the globe, and you can still see a lot of blue across the subtropical Pacific. The darker green colors here are the coldest sea surface temperatures, and we also continue to see sea surface temperatures drop along the coast. They're also dropping into the Gulf of Alaska. This is a weak La Nina phase right here, but it's still La Nina, but it has weakened. As we've discussed in earlier podcasts, during what we call the spring barrier, you do tend to see the sea surface temperatures react to the sun being on the equator more and warming things up. But La Nina isn't gone yet. If you look at where we were a year ago is about when the La Nina started, but we still had sea surface temperatures this time last year that were warmer than normal. I mean, look at the change in the Pacific in a year. It has really, really cooled off quite a bit. The latest long-range forecast for La Nina and El Nino came out earlier this week, and the green line here is the average of all the computer modeling of sea surface temperatures in the tropical Pacific. Anything below this zero line is considered colder than average. Anything above that, warmer than average. If you're above that zero line, you're either in a neutral or an El Nino phase. If you're below that zero line, you're either in a neutral or a La Nina phase. Now notice the green line is getting really close to the zero line. So the long-range averages is for the La Nina to be weaker as we go into the rest of spring and summer, which is good news. A weaker La Nina means better chances of precipitation in the central and western United States, but it's still a La Nina. So to quote for you sports fans out there, Lee Corso, the basketball and football analysis, always says, not so fast, my friends. While folks may be putting La Nina to bed, we're not going to say that just yet, because that large expanse of sea surface temperatures in the Pacific have got a ways to go before we can say La Nina is over, and usually they hide in the spring and in the summer. But this trend is somewhat encouraging that hopefully maybe the summer of 2021 won't be as dry as the summer of 2020, but the jury is still out. We'll keep you updated on this, but the long-range trends are for a weak La Nina to continue into summer and into the early fall season, although some computer modeling is hinting at maybe a weak El Nino by summer into fall. But after a strong solar minimum, you do tend to have the La Ninas hold on longer than normal. Thanks for listening and watching the Day Weather Podcast. Have yourself a good Thursday. Stay warm. Better days